Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and happy. Actually, we are happy to have a lesson with you today because this is another step taken to help you in your English language grade 12. So, I am here with my friend Minan today. In this lesson, we will help you to identify the differences between SVC and SVO in present tense sentences. Know the functions of the simple present tense sentences. Use the verb have as the main verb. Identify subject, complement, noun and noun phrase, adjective and adjective phrase. Okay, Miss Mina, what can you say about this picture?
I can see a bus. The bus is crowded.
Yes, the bus is crowded.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get on to the bus. Are you going to join me?
Definitely.
So let's go to school. We go to school. Now we are going to learn about the be verb. Be verb is another form of verb we use in sentences. There, just like we form present tense of other verbs, we can use present tense of be verb as is, am, are. Next, we can have past tense was, were. The third form, present participle, being, you can do that adding ing to the verb be. Past participle be. Right, let's move on to the next slide to show some examples. Chayanti is brave. My mother is beautiful. Ranga is a medical student. The wall around the house is very tall. Boys are playful. Cats and dogs are friendly animals. Parents are our living gods. I am a teacher. Miss Minon, will you please read the sentences for the students?
Definitely. Chayanti is brave. My mother is beautiful. Ranga is a medical student. The wall around the house is very tall. Boys are playful. Cats and dogs are friendly animals. Parents are our living gods. I am a teacher.
Right, students. Now you can see the be verb is, am, are used in these sentences. Right, so let's see what's the next focus of our lesson. Fill in the blanks to complete sentences. This is an activity that you have to do. We will help you in 2 minutes. Students, try to find the answers for all these. Miss Minan, can you help the students reading these sentences again?
Definitely. Chayanti, you have a blank, then you have a Sri Lankan athlete. Her parents and friends, there's a little blank, proud of her. The lady said, there are blank many qualities and personality traits that blank important to accomplish something.
Okay, students, can you please find the answers? Right, I will give you the answers. Chayanti is a Sri Lankan athlete. Her parents and friends are proud of her. The lady said there are many qualities and personality traits that are important to accomplish something. Right, there are some more in the activity. Miss Minan,
Yes.
please read.
According to her, patience blank one of the qualities. His inventions and interests to help Lankan farmers blank admirable.
Okay, children, I'll give you the answers. According to her, patience is one of the qualities. His inventions and interests to help Lankan farmers are admirable. Okay, these are few examples that we can do here, but in your textbook, you have some more other exercises. I think you can do it leisurely. Okay, children, let's move on to our other lesson. That is, we are going to make the positive and negative form of be verb sentences, and then we are going to form the question and the negative question. So there are some examples on the screen. So I'll be reading them one by one. Ms. Minon, please assist me.
Yeah, definitely.
Chayanti is brave.
Jayanti is brave.
Is Chayanti brave?
Is Jayanti brave?
Chayanti is not brave.
Jayanti is not brave.
Isn't Chayanti brave?
Isn't Jayanti brave?
Now here we just took 4 forms, the positive, negative, interrogative and negative interrogative. The other 2 sentences too have the same. Cats and dogs are friendly animals.
Cats and dogs are friendly animals.
Are the cats and dogs friendly animals?
Are the cats and dogs friendly animals?
Cats and dogs are not friendly animals.
Cats and dogs are not friendly animals.
Aren't cat and dogs friendly animals?
Aren't cat and dogs friendly animals?
Parents are living gods.
Parents are living gods.
Are our parents are living gods?
Our parents are living gods.
Parents are not our living gods.
Parents are not our living gods.
Aren't parents are living gods?
Aren't parents are living gods?
Okay, children, I think this is a type of spoken activity where you can practice taking some more examples, and this will be very much useful in your spoken English. Right, so our focus is once again moving on to another section of the same unit, that is I'm going to talk about sentences with be verbs again, because I right at the beginning mentioned it as SVO. Now we are going to look at that SVO sentences where we find the verb that is not a be verb. Let's look at these sentences. Ramya works at a restaurant. The bus driver doesn't answer for Ramya's questions. I don't know anything about the new project. My parents want me to go to university. So in these sentences, you can see the first one is a positive verb. The second one is a negative verb. The third one is also negative. The fourth one again positive. So I will be helping you how to form these positive and negative verbs in your sentences. I think for better understanding, Ms. Minon can read the sentences once more.
Ramya works at a restaurant. The bus driver doesn't answer for Ramya's questions. I don't know anything about the new project. My parents want me to go to university.
Okay, then let's see how we are going to make the positive verbs into negative verbs. How do we construct these present tense sentences, and then after that I'll be moving on to that negative form. Right. Ramya leaves his office at 4 o'clock every day. So I have put the verb in purple color, then you can easily find out the verb in that sentence as leaves. Right. Ramya leaves his office at 4 o'clock every day. Let's see what's the verb in the next sentence. What is the verb in this sentence? What is the object in this sentence? Right. So the next slide will show you all these things. I have given you the color theme. Ramya, subject, the doer, leaves, the verb, the action of the doer. Then his office becomes the object of the sentence related to the doer's action. Then subject, verb, object. Ramya gets on a bus to go home. Children get on the school bus to go home. So there we see a difference in the two sentences, verbs, how we have used it. Ramya gets on a bus. Children get on the school bus to go home. Right. Ramya is a singular subject. So gets is a singular verb. So you can make the whole sentence with present tense sentences with singular subject, singular verb. So the example is Ramya gets on a bus. Now when we take the next sentence, you can see there are children and then it is plural, and then we have to keep a plural verb. Right? So children get on the school bus. I think it's clear to you how you are going to get this structure in simple present tense: subject, verb, object, where we are going to consider the subject as a singular subject, then verb should be singular. When the subject is plural, the verb should be plural. Miss Ramya, can you say the sentences again?
Ramya gets on a bus. Children get on the school bus.
Right. I think that's clear for you all. I think these things are not new to you. You have learned all these things in your all-level classes. But our discussion will be a kind of revision, and that will help you to refresh your memory. So let's move on to see how we are going to form these negative forms of the verbs. So in my previous example, Ramya gets on a bus. The verb is a singular verb. So gets. We can break or divide this verb gets into two parts, does and get. Then to form negative, it's very easy. You have to put not in between this does and get. So you can easily make the verb doesn't get. Then when you take the verb get, it's a plural verb. Then once again we can divide that get into two parts like do plus get. So to form the negative, again you put not in between these two parts of the verbs do and get. Then you get the verb don't get. That's how you form any negative form of the verbs of singular or plural. I think you have a clear understanding of all these two forms of negatives. Okay children, now let's move on to another activity where you are going to test whether you have understood this properly. So I'll be giving you sentences. Which sentences are correct?
Bob always gets late to get up and skips his breakfast almost every day. Joshua does not read the lessons carefully. The cricketers do not practice well for the tournaments.
Okay children, I hope you can find the answers easily. Bob always gets late. So is the verb correct or matching with the subject? Bob is singular. So the verb gets is okay there. Late to get up and skips his breakfast. Once again the verb skips with Bob, singular subject, singular verb. So the whole sentence is correct. Bob always gets late to get up and skips his breakfast almost every day. Now let's look at sentence B. Joshua does not read the lessons carefully. Miss Minon, what do you think? Children may have got it right or wrong?
I think it's wrong.
Yes, the sentence is
It's
wrong.
Yeah.
Because it should be Joshua does not read the lessons carefully.
Yeah.
The third sentence, part C, the cricketers do not practice well for the tournaments. So what about that sentence?
I think it's correct.
Yes. The cricketers, plural subject. So the verb should be do not practice in negative form.
Yeah.
Right. We'll move on to some other sentences. The journalists do not work responsibly at times. The journalists do not work responsibly at times. Is it correct, Miss Meena?
Yes, I feel that it's correct.
Yes, the subject is plural and the negative verb is also in plural form. So, that sentence is also correct. Next one, Miss Menon, you can read.
Yeah. Molly always finishes her work early but does not help her friends.
Yes, children. What about that sentence? So, the first part of it, Molly always finishes her work early. Yes, that's correct. Molly singular, the verb singular. So, that part is okay. But look at the second part of it. But does not helps her friends. So, does not helps is wrong. It should be does not help her friends. So, when we read it, Molly always finishes her work early but does not help her friends. It should be the correct sentence, right? So, this small activity once again may have given you a kind of revision. I hope you understood that well. So, let's focus our attention to another section of the same lesson. Going out in the rain does not make it easy to carry a heavy bag. So, with all what we did up to now, can you find the answer? Miss Minan, will you please read the sentence?
Yeah. Going out in the rain does not make it easy to carry a heavy bag.
Yes, is it correct?
Wait.
Going out in the rain, that is
Yeah.
the thing that we are going to do.
Yeah.
So, it is something to refer to singular, then does not make is correct that way. So, going out in the rain does not make it easy to carry a heavy bag.
Yes.
Next one, people help each other at difficult times. Subject is plural, people. So, the verb help is correct because it is again a plural verb. So, the sentence is correct. People help each other at difficult times. Right. So, I am going to tell you a very simple thing, but we use sentences without knowing all these things. That is, we use simple present tense to denote so many things in life, and you have no idea about when we are using this, but practically you are going on telling simple present tense sentences. So, especially when it comes to your A-level paper, where you are going to write sentences grammatically correct and meaningful, this part is very important. So, when you talk about habitual actions or routine work, we are going to use simple present tense sentences, right? So, the first example, I drink 2 cups of tea every day. So, that is something I do daily. So, habitual action. Yes, Miss Minon.
I drink 2 cups of tea every day. Mala goes to market on Sundays. Good sportsmen practice every day. Gopal plays with his neighbors on holidays.
All these sentences we use everyday, Sunday, habitual action or routine work. So, we can use simple present tense sentences to denote our habitual actions or routine work, like here these examples. Next, when we want to express the state of existence, beliefs, knowledge and likes and dislikes, again we use simple present tense sentences. For example, if I say, I feel very happy about my studies. So, the verb is feel there. Children believe the words of their parents. Air pollution causes acid rain, something to do with our knowledge. The teachers admire the good conduct of the students. My friends do not like to disturb others. So, when we want to explain all these ideas like existence, beliefs, knowledge, likes and dislikes, once again we are using simple present tense sentences. Next, general truths that are beyond our control. We can't think, but they happen automatically. Examples, water boils at 100 Celsius degrees. So, no one can do it, but it has to get that temperature for it to boil. Snow falls in winter is another example. The earth moves around the sun shines in the east and sets at west. So, all these things happen without our control. To denote these general truths, once again we use simple present tense sentences. I think you have got a clear idea when to use these simple present tense sentences. To test this, I have given you again another simple exercise. Yes, that is there on the screen. So, Ms. Minon, will you please read for the students?
Okay. Stacy blank a singer in a band. She blank the lead singer. Sometimes she plays the piano. Chad blank Stacy's brother. He blank the electric guitar in the band. He blank next to Stacy. Sometimes Chad blank with Stacy while playing his guitar.
Okay, students, go ahead. Try to find the answers. Right. Shall we try to find the answers? Miss
Yeah.
Minon, are you going to say the answers?
Yes, okay. Then for the first blank, what do you feel? It is. Am I correct?
Yes, the answer is is. You can read the sentence.
Yeah.
Stacy is a singer in a band.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss Minon. What is the answer for the second blank?
Second blank, I feel it is also is.
Yes, she is the lead singer. She is the lead singer.
Yeah.
Sometimes she plays the piano. Chad, yes, the answer
Once again, I think it's is.
is Stacy's brother.
Yeah.
He
Plays.
the electric guitar in the band. He
Stands.
next to Stacy. Sometimes Chad
Sings.
with Stacy while playing his guitar. Right, the rest of it.
Yeah.
Dean, a friend of Stacy and Chad.
Yeah.
What should be the
Uh,
answer, Miss Minon?
I feel that it's also is.
Yes, Dean is a friend of Stacy and Chad.
Yeah.
They are friend
Is.
in the band with them.
Yeah.
He always
Stands.
next to Chad. He
Plays.
bass guitar. Dean,
Doesn't sing.
yes, Dean does not sing. He
Doesn't like
does not like
to sing.
to sing. Yes. The next paragraph. The band
Practices.
3 times a week. They mostly
Perform.
at nightclubs. Sometimes they
Sing.
at weddings. They
Don't have.
do not have work every week. They
Are.
a very good band. So I think this exercise also once again be helpful for you to catch up what we discuss. Now I'm going to explain another important part where we are going to use the verb have as a main verb. There is a particular difference when we use verb have as a main verb because it then talks about ownership or possession. Right. So you can see a picture and there's a boy and my brother has a big camera. His friends do not have one like that. My friends have music instruments. My friend Raj has a guitar.
Yeah.
So Raju has guitar. There we are talking about what he owns, what he has. So when we use the verb have as a main verb, it talks about or it explains what a person possesses or owns. I think idea is clear to you. So will you please help them making some negative sentences?
Okay.
Raju does
not have a pet at home.
Yes, Miss Menon. Raju does not have a pet at home.
Yeah.
Next one is a question.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of exercises to complete?
Do you have a lot of exercises to complete?
That is how you form the question. So to form the question, to form the negative, once again like we did in do and does, here also we are going to break has and have into 2 parts. I'll explain. Has is a singular verb, so then you are going to break it does plus have. Then negative form does not have, doesn't have. We'll take the verb have and it is plural. So what you have got to do is to break it do plus have. Then to form negative once again, what you are going to do? Add do, add not in between do and have. Then you get the answer or the negative form don't have. So then you can easily understand the first sentence. Raju does not have a pet at home. Question, you take the first part first. Do you have a lot of exercise to complete. Right. So I think the idea is clear. Ms. Menon, they might have got it
Done.
well, I hope.
Yes, I feel that.
Let's find the SVC pattern in these sentences. So again, right at the beginning, we discussed be verb as the main verb.
Yeah.
So once again, we are going to take some examples. Ranga is a medical student. So the same thing is repeated, be verb as the main verb, but I am going to explain you something more than what I did at the beginning of the lesson. Cats and dogs are friendly animals. Parents are our living gods. I am a teacher. My mother is beautiful. Right. Then in these sentences, you can see verbs are in yellow color. Sminon is, are, and. So the
Yes.
be verbs.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me the subjects of these sentences? Sentence A,
Ranga,
sentence B,
cats and dogs,
sentence C,
parents,
sentence D,
I,
sentence E.
my mother.
Right. So what are the words in blue color? Medical, friendly, living, beautiful. So these words are used in sentences to describe a noun. Now look at the first one. Ranga is a medical student. Then cats and dogs are friendly animals. We are going to get to know what type of animals, friendly animals. Then parents are living gods. Then next one, my mother is beautiful. Again, we are talking about our mother and a quality, beautiful, right? So then these words in blue are adjectives. So next after that, you see some words in green color. So Ranga is a medical student. Then friendly animals, living gods, teacher. So those are nouns.
Yeah.
So let's look at this combination. Ranga is a medical student. Noun, and before that you get an adjective.
Adjective.
So then adjective and noun form the complement. That means to make a meaningful sentence, there should be a noun, or you can use adjective alone or else adjective and noun both. Now medical student, we have adjective before the noun.
Yes.
So when it comes to friendly animals, again we have an adjective before the noun animals. But when it comes to the word my mother is beautiful, we have that beautiful alone, but it is an adjective.
Adjective.
So is it clear that you can have either an adjective alone? When it comes to I am a teacher, the noun is there, no adjective. So
Yeah.
it can be a noun or else noun and adjective as shown in these examples. Ms. Menon,
Yeah.
will you please read the sentences? Then children can get a clear idea of what we said.
Yeah. Ranga is a medical student. Cats and dogs are friendly animals. Parents are our living gods. I am a teacher. My mother is beautiful.
Fine. What I explained is they are in the next slide. The words in white, subject. As Ms. Menon just said at the beginning of the lesson, like Ranga, cats and dogs, parents, I, my mother. Then when it comes to the words in red, is, am, are, it's verbs. Then the words in blue, medical, friendly, living, beautiful, adjectives. Then the words in green, students, animals, gods, teacher, nouns. So in all these sentences, blue and green form the complement, or blue alone or green alone. I mean the green words, blue words. We just color them to give you a better idea. Right. So complement are in sentences with be verbs as the main verb. Right. So we are using complements when the be verb is the main verb in a sentence, not with an action verb. Right. So action verb, we get an object. But when we have be verbs as the main verb, we get complements. So, can be a noun as in I am a teacher, can be an adjective as in my mother is beautiful, can be an adjective and noun as in Ranga is a medical student. Right? Idea is clear to you. Nouns and noun phrases in sentences. This is something you will feel difficult, but we'll see what we are going to learn there. My friends are vegetarians. Can you please read the sentence B, Miss Mina?
Okay. My friends are vegetarians. Amarasiri Piris is a very well-known singer.
Right. So, the first one, my friends are vegetarians. So, the noun is vegetarian.
Yeah.
The second one, the noun is
Singer.
singer. But to describe or to tell more about this singer, they have used some more other words. So, for that, it becomes a noun phrase, and when the noun is alone, it becomes just a noun. Did you understand the difference between noun and a noun phrase, students? Right. Look here what I have written. In this sentence B, the noun singer is modified by some other words. What are the words, Miss Minon?
A very well known.
Very good. Then, so the complement becomes a noun phrase. So, this type of activity is in your textbook, and I think following this, and if you note down something when we are explaining, you can easily do that exercise, or once you get back to school, try that with your teacher. Fine. Adjective and adjective phrase. So, we just give the words A and AP for this. So, can you think what will be an adjective phrase? Just similar to noun phrase. Here again we are going to take adjectives and then we are going to explain adjective phrase. Let's look at the example. My mother is beautiful. There, what is the adjective, Miss Minan?
Beautiful.
Yes. So, it is just an adjective. So, when it comes to the next sentence, the wall around the garden is very tall. So, what's the adjective in that sentence?
Tall.
Yes. Then what happened to the word tall? It is modified with the word very. It is an adverb. So, when the adjective is modified by some other words, it becomes an adjective phrase. So, here in sentence B, the adjective tall is modified by the word very. So, the complement becomes an adjective phrase. Is it clear how we are going to identify what is an adjective, what is an adjective phrase in a sentence? I hope you can do some more other exercises. When you turn to your textbook, there is this activity in your textbook, right? So, you can easily find out noun phrases, adjectives and nouns in those sentences. Right. The verbs that can take a subject complement other than a verb be. So, there are some other verbs in English language. Rather than taking be verb, we can use these words or verbs in sentences, and then again it functions like verb be. That means Muralidharan is the best bowler in our country. So, Muralidharan is the best bowler. There the main verb is, no other verb. So, likewise we can use some other words as the main verb, and then we have the adjectives, the best bowler. Here I felt happy. So, happy is an adjective. I felt happy to meet my friends. Next one, we should remain silent at a funeral. So, the verb remain, again we have to keep silent adjective. So, main verb be is the best bowler, their adjective. Main verb felt, again we are going to have the adjective happy. In this sentence, we should remain silent. So, in this sentence, the adjective we have used after the verb is silent. So, you can change the adjective, but after these words like is, felt, remain and other forms of be verb other than is, you can have adjective. So it becomes the subject complement. The house remains empty. Again, empty is an adjective. Remains is the verb. So verbs like remain, felt, and be verb and its form is am, are, was, were as the main verbs. You have to have an adjective. Then become. The children became friendly. Again, there is an adjective. The verb is became, past tense of become. My friends and I became the best of friends. Look or seem. The villagers look or villagers seem respectable. The gangsters looked very violent. Looked violent. Very, the adverb has come in between. The children have to appear calm. So the verb appear, and after that we are going to use the adjective calm. So then these verbs, what are the verbs, Miss Minon? Let's get back to the previous slide.
Yeah.
Be verb,
Be
its
verb,
forms
yeah.
is, am, are or was verb, past tense. And other than those things, what are the other verbs? Feel,
Felt.
past tense of it is felt. Remain, remains is a singular form. Then became, that means past tense of become. Then look or seem and appear. I have given the present tense verbs in yellow color on top with words underlined. Become, look or seem, appear. Right? So I think you got a clear idea of this noun, noun phrase, adjective, adjective phrase. Those things may be something new to you, and these are the verbs we can use as a subject complement. Okay children, this is the end of our lesson for the day, and we hope to meet you again in another lesson like this in this program. Stay safe, and I wish you a pleasant day.